Hey guys, I'm back and look what I got. It is Barrel and Blade. First box of the month for June. Yeah. Is it January? It's January. It's January all month long. 2024. First box to arrive. It is January 11th. This year we're losing Gear Pack. We're losing Battle Box. But we're going to replace them. Don't worry. So Barrel and Blade is here, and the Barrel and Blade Knife of the Month are here. We're just looking at this. Maybe the smallest Barrel and Blade box I've ever seen. But we're going to jump in and see what we've got for Barrel and Blade, January 2024. And hopefully it will be cool. And I don't just mean cool, I mean like Cartman's cute. So let's see. Oh! Well, this might be. On Operation 79. The Art of the Blade. Let me just read. Let me read to you. Sit down for story time. In most survival scenarios, your knife can be your most critical piece of gear. Whether you need it for self-defense, or to shape fire tinder, baton for shelter, process food, or anything else. It's mission critical. Keeping it in good working order is paramount. We are excited to bring you some amazing gear to keep your blades sharp and in perfect working order this month. Awesome. All right. So, could have used this in the last video I was filming, which was a Kubi unboxing. But did they send a whole Lansky? Fucking sweet. I am not at all opposed to most things in this box right now. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Now, you know what? I was sitting there being all negative Nancy, sanding my vajayjay about the smallest Barrel and Blade box we've seen. But this is some good stuff. So in level 2, no, there's level 1 and level 2. We've got the level 2 box. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what the difference is, because level 2 is the bigger, better, faster box. All right, so in level 2, we've got these 2 items above and beyond what comes in level 1. So this is all the stuff that's in level 1. So yeah, so we'll go through this stuff and then we'll look. Now, Lansky sharpening system is one of the original guided angle sharpening systems. And there are fancier and more expensive on the market. I still use a Lansky because they're awesome. So we'll get to it. So let's start with KPL, the original knife oil, for $14. I was just talking about KPL. And I got to tell you, so I think the first KPL that I ever got came in Battle Box way back when. And this is another time where I was an ass and didn't know what I was talking about. And I looked at the size of KPL and I said, for the price of this bottle, and I said, it was like a $14, $15 bottle of oil in this little tiny thing, in this little tiny bottle. And I talked shit about it. And then I was set straight by the U's out there and said, no, this bottle is gonna last you for years, because it's got a very fine applicator and it's going to needle applicator. You're gonna need 1 to 2 drops on each time you put it in your knife. It's gonna last long between applications, and it's gonna be the best knife oil you're ever gonna use. And people that told me to shut up because of these various reasons were right on every single account. KPL is now the only knife oil I use unless I just don't have it or can't find it or whatever. It is amazing what KPL can do. And you don't have to just use it on knife oils. It is formulated, it is made to work, inside pivots and stuff like that. It has it's formulated to, what do they call it? To capillary action, to get, under washers and into bearings and stuff like that. Awesome. So absolutely worth the money, and this will be my 3rd bottle, and I have 2 others that just float around, and I find them when I find them. I know one is in my bag downstairs for work, and the other one is in here somewhere. Awesome. I am absolutely Not at all unhappy about that. KPL Knife Shield is the second item, $18. Cleans, degreases, polishes, no haze, prevents rust by creating a thin film of corrosion suppressing molecules on metal surfaces. I have never used this one. So, shake, apply 1 to 2 sprays per side, allow to sit for 10 to 20 seconds, and wipe excess off with microfiber cloth or rag. Apply frequently, especially in wet or corrosive environments. Okay. Well, let's see what we got. I've never used this, but it's made by KPL name, so I'm tempted to give it the benefit of the doubt. All right, this is the BattleBox Mission 100 knife. So we'll just use this because it's a large stainless steel blade, but it's got surface area that we can work with. I see myself using this much more on like my high carbon steels, which I have. Is that? Oh, there we go. Okay. That was premature. It got really excited. That looks gross. Okay. Now, I forgot what I'm going to read this again. Allow to sit for 10 to 20 seconds. I feel like I need to spread this around a little bit. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. But I feel like it doesn't cover every single surface of the blade. And I want it to, I feel like. All right. So we let it sit 10 to 20 seconds, which I'll just speed up. Obviously, you want to use this where you're not going to overspray it on other stuff that you need to unpackage later. I don't have a microfiber cloth here, do I? Or a rag. I got paper towels. I got shop towels. Let's hope this works the same. And I don't see any greasiness. Well, wipe off a little more excess there. Well, the real test would be just leaving this outside in the wet dirt overnight, I guess. But, you know, that's a little excessive. I did that to 3 blades when I was trying to get rust to form. Way back when. So we could get them, we could test how corrosion resistant each one of them was. All right, so now we got to let it sort of sit. And again, I'm using a paper towel, and it wants you to use a rag or a microfiber cloth. So obviously something softer than what I'm using, because I see some stuff on it. But that certainly is easy to use. I don't know. So you guys out there who have experience with this, how well does it work? Again, I'm willing to give it benefit of the doubt. It's food safe, knife protectant, rust preventative. Yeah, I'm willing to give benefit of the doubt because it's KPL, and KPL oil works awesome. Oh yeah, those markings are going away as it kind of absorbs in and stuff. Cool. There we go. But tell me if you have experience and how it's worked out for you. Next, ultra micro swabs for $9. They say these are washable and reusable swabs. Now I have had these exact same things, but they were marketed for like models and paint. And I wonder if the washable part has to do with what you put on them, because I was never able to wash them off. I don't know if it's just if you use KPL on them you can wash them off. 10 millimeter tips, allowing you to reach them 10 millimeters. This, not this. Reach into finest recesses of your knife, allowing you to totally clean your knife without disassembly. What? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading something else in there. So we actually use these at the shop too. Not this, not KPL, but we buy them in bulk. Same things. These and then some even smaller ones for doing touch-up work and whatever else we need them for. They come in round containers. And again, yeah, maybe it's what we use them with, but they're never able to be washed off or anything like that. They do come invaluable in many situations for cleaning things out and getting in small holes and getting in what's the fancy word for when like you have where a screw goes in? I can't think of the word, but going in screw holes and stuff like that, for cleaning all sorts of stuff, and for putting, like I said, touching up different coatings and things like that and fine applications. So these are not, I'm not saying these are bad in any way. These are great to have for many, many multiple reasons. And I think that they actually are cheaper to get. How many of these do we get? I don't know how many. I can tell you that you pay, so they say $9 for this whole package. When I buy the ones that are marketed and packaged towards model builders and stuff, you're probably paying $5, $6 for a fraction of this many in a little package that goes on the thing. So that's pretty good. And you know, I use them as like, same thing, like getting little touch-up paint and stuff like that. So these are great to have. You can use them for firearms, you know, care, knife care, or any number of things. You know, this is one of those you are limited only by your imagination. I would like to see how well it cleans. I don't know. I keep harping on the cleaning part because they say it can be cleaned. But washable and reusable. I think that's, I don't know. I guess that all depends on what you dip them in. But still, it's a, you know, $9 for this whole package is a pretty good deal compared to some of the other ones I've seen. So I like these, and they are definitely usable. Sorry, here's like it. And there we go. This is not like it or don't like it or maybe. This is, I just need more info on it. Because, you know, I need to know what you guys who have used it a lot think about it. All right, next. Next is the Bear & Sons Flipper for $69. Bear Edge, built in the USA. So Bear & Son, Bear Edge is like one of their lines. It's usually not their greatest quality line, but we'll see what we've got out of it. So we've got G10, we've got a deep carry clip. We're starting off pretty good. Firm clip with a little flexibility to it, I like that. G10 has some built-in jimping, which is nice. Relatively thick blade stock, so that's cool. Decent blade, nice thumb ramp. What kind of steel are you made of? Are you going to tell us? Alexa, read my notification.
One new notification.
Your dildo has arrived.
What does it
From
say?
Amazon shopping. 3 months ago, you bought UV resin 200 grams on Amazon. Now you can help other Amazon customers by sharing your opinion. How many stars would you rate it, from 1 to 5?
Alexa, shut up.
She's mad now. She's gonna kill you.
You think there's any chance at some point Alexa wasn't going to kill us all? I don't see any kind of steel markings on here. I'm going to look it up and see what I can find. Oh, no, it does say. It says in here. Sorry, it says 440 stainless steel with bead finish. I see no bead anything. I see satin finish on here. Now, I feel like Barrel and Blade just kind of took the listing that Bear & Sons provided there. Spring action and ball bearing washers. Yep, it is spring action. So spring assist. It is centered perfectly. So is it 440, 440C, 440A? It's $69. I don't know. But it does feature their grip pattern 126. So, you know, that. I just never been a big fan of Bear Edge, sorry. Oh, Bear Edge is a little bit better. Sorry, Bear Ops is the one that I'm like, meh. But it is, blade is finished pretty nicely, I gotta say. Bevels are tad uneven. Why does that matter? Why do I keep bringing up bevels when I look at knives? It just shows the degree to which their tolerances are done when they on their finishing. Perfectly even bevels mean that they have incredibly tight tolerances in their QC. It means that when you go to resharpen, you don't have to figure out, how do I put this right? When you resharpen this edge, if they have uneven bevels, it means basically you've got two different angles. So resharpening is more work for you. And if you don't realize this stuff, you just think like, oh, okay, I'm going to put a 25-degree edge on it. Well, you got a lot more work to do on one side than the other. And I'm assuming that it comes at, it's supposed to be a 25-degree edge anyway. I'm just throwing that number out there. Because one of these is not at a 25-degree edge. It's slightly off. Notice how there's more of an angle on one side than on the other. I don't know if it's picking it up right, but that matters. It shows the consistency in their process, and it shows how seriously they take their own finishing. So that's why I always talk about bevels being even or not. That was a pretty nice slice, and pull through was a little bit more effort than I wanted, but it did it pretty good. Oh, pew is not pewing very well. This might be the kind of knife I keep in reserve somewhere. The 440, not knowing what type it is or how it might be heat treated, I'm not sure how well that edge is going to stay. Could be a great knife to practice with this knife sharpening stuff. I don't know. We'll put this guy in meh. Possibly towards the don't like it, but I don't know. I got to do a little more research on it. Okay, so that's everything that is in level 1. And now we're venturing into level 2, which is really cool. So, the Lansky Blade Medic. This is a $20 item. Oh, you sons of bitches. Well, now I'll use this. I gotta... Alright, so, this guy. Number one, it's got a big old metal case, so it's got some weight to it. It's heavy. Something feels loose. Is it this? For some reason, something's always loose in these. I think these screws need to be tightened just a little bit, but it's not like it's falling apart. Yeah, these screws need to be tightened just a little bit. So, in here, you've got the two fixed angle sharpeners that I hate. I hate. Unless, are they on springs? Do they move? No, they're not. Sometimes they're on springs and they move, which is a little bit better because it kind of molds the angle of your knife. These assume a fixed angle and can potentially ruin your blade. I don't ever use them. Never, ever. But you've got carbide for your rough work and then ceramic for your finishing work. Don't ever use them. What I would use on this is, now this is for sharpening serrated edges, but there's no reason why you couldn't use this on a fine edge also. And all you'd have to do is run your blade across it like so. And it's ceramic, it will last you a while. There's also a diamond tapered rod here, which would work on a number of things, also like serrations and such, but guess what? This also would work on regular fine edge as well. So Lansky also makes a larger, I have it, it's blue, it's got some more options on it and everything. Okay, I know I said I never use the fixed angle sharpeners, but let me caveat for a minute. You see these ones by Lansky? They have multiple angles, predictable angles, common angles that you might put on your knife. These are good ones because if you know the angle of your blade, you can go right to that specific angle and you're not worried about destroying the angle or destroying the edge you have put on. These are the only ones I will use besides the ones that are spring mounted that will flex with your blade because you know for a fact what the angle is and that they are going to hone your blade, not ruin them. I like these ones. I talked about having the blue one. I have the green and the orange one also. These are cool. Other ones suck. The end. I only would ever use this and this. These things would remain completely unused. You can take it apart and you can take these small pieces out and like affix them to something else to make them more useful if you want. This is not something I would use, and it's not something I would recommend to people either, just because if you don't know the exact, and I never mess with these things, never, ever, ever. This is nice. This has use, and this rod can have use, but I stay away from these at all costs. For the weight and size of this, I would rather carry around either a two-sided stone or just a couple of small natural whetstones to do my sharpening with. So I'm going to put this one, I don't like it. Now, getting to the Lansky. I have been using Lanskys for years. The first time I ever used a Lansky was gotta be, I can't even tell you how many years ago it was, and I really didn't know what I was doing, and I honestly messed up my knife doing it, because you have to have some skill in using a Lansky to do it right. That is not hard. It takes a little bit of time, that's all. So, come on, there we go. Now, what do they say the price of the Lansky is here? The Lansky 5-stone Precision Deluxe, $73. That kind of tracks. That kind of, yeah. And look at this. Here's a coupon for the Super Sapphire polishing hone. Sometimes the sapphire is purple, or it is even white. It is an artificial sapphire, but it is a very fine precision stone. I have it. I think all my Lansky things are in storage right now. You can get a strap attachment for Lansky. They have a whole diamond set, and that's really what I use primarily. I have one of these. These are kind of like a whetstone set. And so, focus please. There we go. Extra coarse stone. And then you have the coarse stone. And they're color coded, you know. The diamond set has different colors. This is the medium stone. And here is the fine stone. And the stones are also color coded, so you know what you're doing. And then this is the ultra fine stone, which feels very much like the ceramic. And then you can get the Super Sapphire polishing hone that helps put that mirror shine on your blade. There are lots of accessories that you can also get with a Lansky. Lots of them. And I'm not going to get into that. You can get rounded stones for working with serrations. You can get them for working with different blade types. You can get a lot of stuff. So here you got two options for holding your knife firm. You've got the little insert bit if your knife, they recommend ½ an inch or thinner, or if your knife is wider, putting it all the way in. You screw it down, and then this will adjust this little thumb screw so that basically you have it even. This little rod goes into your stones, and that's what keeps them inside your angle guide. And I'm not going to go through the whole process of how to use a Lansky properly, because that will be a whole extra hour to this video. I think I actually have a video on sharpening techniques that includes a Lansky. If I don't have a whole Lansky video, I'll be happy to make one. I really love Lansky. It's a very simple system to use, takes a little bit of familiarity and a little bit of technique, but once you get it down, it's great. And there are systems that cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars that are quicker and produce amazing results. But if you have a little bit of patience and, like I said, a little bit of technique, a Lansky will work wonders for your knife sharpening. Not the kind of system, I mean, it is a kind of system you could bring it out with you all the time. Maybe it wouldn't be my preferred out in the field sharpening system, but the Lansky, I feel, is great to put that edge on your knife. You can recondition a knife that has a messed up, broken, chipped edge, broken tip, stuff like that, and then you carry your pocket stone just to maintain that edge and keep it up to specs when you're out and about traveling. And then if you really need real edge maintenance, you come home to your Lansky and you put that edge back on. But Lansky's a great tool, and it is a lot cheaper than some of the things that are out there. Again, it's not as slick and fancy, but if you know how to use it, you don't need anything fancier than that. I don't know. So if I don't have a Lansky video on the channel and you guys would like to see a full Lansky video, just let me know. And it's not hard at all. And we'll go through the regular stones and the diamonds and some of the accessories, and we'll get it working. So I think this is a very good... Oh, by the way, Lansky comes with its own honing oil. You can use whatever you want. This is just made to sit in the little box, And once you get your different stones, by the way, you can use what comes in the box. You can mix and match for your own personal preference. It's pretty cool. So I think this is a really good barrel and blade. I think knife maintenance is a great direction for them to go. I'm really happy with this one. I think this is great money spent. And as always, link to Barrel and Blade in the video description. You can go check out what they've got going on. We've got the Barrel and Blade Knife of the Month to unbox and look at in a little bit. I want to know what you guys think. So listen, I'm all about the knife. I love knives. I love collecting knives. I think this is a perfect complimentary box to go with all the knife content. What do you guys think? I know not everybody's into the knives. Some people like more of the survival outdoor stuff. What do you think of this box, though? Are you happy with it? Or is it just kind of like, I'm here more for the outdoors, for the survival, for the, bug out stuff. This is great stuff for your bug out bag, by the way. Because like they said, a knife is a #1 get you through whatever you're doing tool. It is so important. So I think this is a great set. And all this can fit into one small pocket in your bug out bag. All of this stuff. Awesome. So I hope you guys are happy. I'm really happy with this month with Barrel and Blade. I think this is a really great set, with the exception of this knife, but still it might have its uses. What a great training aid. Since it's not like a real high expensive value knife, you don't mind messing up the edge a little bit to learn how to really get your sharpening technique down. It's awesome. I'm thrilled. I want to know what you guys think. So anyway, check out Barrel and Blade if you so choose. If you don't, but I like them. Let me know what you guys think. Remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.